Hi everyone, my name is Harper, and today I'll be explaining how to use the National tab in this data visualizer. In order to understand the results displayed in this visualizer, it is important to highlight and explain the terminology. Sentences are categorized into one of the 15 plus Booker categories that were established by the Supreme Court case U.S. versus Booker. To gain a simpler understanding, we'll be using the variable Booker2, created by the government, which is a 5-category version as seen here. These are the 5 categories of sentencing that we'll be concerning ourselves with. Sentences that are longer or harsher than the guidelines for a particular conviction are called above departure or upward departure sentences. Sentences that are within the recommended guidelines are called within range sentences. And sentences that are shorter or more lenient than the guidelines for a particular conviction are called below range or downward departure sentences. A particular type of below-range sentence is called a government-sponsored sentence. The defendant may receive this kind of sentence when they have helped authorities in some way, for example, cooperating in an investigation. Here in this section, we can find the racial breakdown of defendants who have been sentenced by federal judges between 2008 and 2018. The key here gives you a sense of which color represents which racial category: Hispanic, Black, other, white, or unknown. Here, we separated groups by their racial categorization and determined the percentage of each group that received above departure, within range, below range, government-sponsored, or undetermined types of sentences. When you hover over the bars, you can see the exact numbers. For example, we can see here that of all of the Hispanic defendants sentenced by a federal judge between 2008 and 2018, 43% of them received sentences that were titled within range. Something useful about this visualizer is that you can use it to answer questions you might have about sentencing practices in the United States. For example, a question you might want to find the answer to is, which racial group appears to receive the most lenient sentences when convicted of a crime? Knowing what we know now about what it means to receive a lenient sentence, we want to look at which racial group has the largest percentage of blue sentences, i.e. below range or lenient sentences. If we look, we can see that the racial group with the highest proportion of lenient sentences is the white racial group, coming in at 24%. Hopefully, this video has helped you better understand this particular tab of the new visualizer and has led you to see the ways in which it can be helpful when you're trying to learn more about sentencing in the United States.